it's Nancy at Paper Moon Tarot. I wanted to come on and quickly do sort of a rundown of my June, July highlights, decks, books, things like that. Because I got a lot of them, and I just want to do that so that you see what I've been up to before I get even further behind. So, let's see, decks. One deck that I got that it was kind of a surprise to me that I got it, is called the Sweeney Tarot. It's a simple tuck box from Gamecrafters. I got it because I ordered another deck and very quickly had second thoughts and went to cancel that deck, and they canceled it. But all they did for me was give me a store credit, so I had to choose something from Gamecrafters. So I went and I looked through the decks they had, and I saw the Sweeney Tarot, which I think came out around 5 years ago. Never heard a thing about it. Looked kind of interesting, the art. So I thought, oh well, I'll just use the credit on that. And so this is how I got the deck. It's got kind of an interesting back. The cards are actually a nice you know, playing card type cardstock and linen. So they have a really neat kind of finish to them. The art, like I say, is interesting. There's the Fool, the Magician. I just kind of figured if some people hadn't, if like me, had come into tarot more recently and hadn't heard of the deck, it might be interesting for you to see a few of the cards. If anyone wants me to do a review of this deck, you know, a real flip through, I'd be happy to do that. But it's kind of a fun deck. The only complaint I have is Gamecrafters, who I really haven't used before, and the cards are cut pretty badly. You can see on this one that there's like an extra edge here, this light blue. They're not cut cleanly, and the borders are not clean. So, you know, that's not great. But, so that's one deck that we'll see if I get along with it. It's just kind of a last minute save of a purchase gone wrong. So that is one purchase. I also got the Tarot of the Abyss, which like everybody is getting, and everyone's seen the beautiful art by Tourian, and beautiful backs, and black and white pencil sketch, sort of very detailed pencil sketches. I don't do anything like this with a pencil, let's put it that way. And, you know, very, very beautiful art. Look at that, gorgeous. So I got that one. I got the Field Tarot, which is a US Games deck. One that I really love. It's it comes in a nice hard box, and the cardstock is very nice. A little bit. Look at the card I hold up first. You know, a little bit waxy finish, but sturdy and matte. And the cards are very gentle, pippish quality to them. It reminds me of the Star Seeker Tarot, but I like it better. I think the collage work is better in it. But yeah, very, very pippish, but very beautiful sort of pastel colors. So that's the Field Tarot, and I really like that one. I've used it several times and really enjoyed it. Hannah Elizabeth Fofana. Sorry about that. I just keep thinking of the Banana Fofana song, if anyone's old enough to know that song. But it's a really pretty deck. So, okay. The big purchase of this time period was the Paradoxical Deviant Moon, and if you've listened to me, you know that I really like Deviant Moon. This was a limited edition of 500 copies, and I kind of couldn't resist. FOMO. I love the art in the deck, and I was fascinated to see what it would be like in this paradoxical look. Backs of the cards are beautiful blue, which I'm not sure always goes with the art, but it's pretty. But if you are a Deviant Moon fan, this one is kind of cool to have. So that's the Deviant Moon Paradoxical, which is all sold out. So you out of luck with that one. But I was in luck. All right, I'm kind of scooting through the decks because there's a lot of them. One thing I got that I haven't really used much, but I keep hearing about Kipper. And I saw this rainbow Kipper, and I thought, you know, that might be an interesting thing to just have a Kipper deck, and when people talk about it, I'll know what they're talking about. And this is a really cute little box and nice little book that's a good introduction to Kipper. And the cards, I like a lot. They've got a really pretty backing. They're a matte finish, and they're very simple. You know, you've got man and a woman, obviously. More woman, more man, and they're kind of different looking, suggesting different ethnicities, and you know, 2 men and 2 women, so you can combine things any way you like. But it's really kind of pretty art. It doesn't look that detailed. It looks kind of silhouette-y on here. It's got a little more going on than that. Some really nice textures in the background. And so we'll see how I do with this. I'm still kind of struggling to just introduce myself to Lenormand. So we'll see if I really graduate to Kipper, but now I have a Kipper deck, and we'll see how that goes. As if I need more to do. I'm actually getting very busy at work, so I didn't need to get busier with this stuff, but I did. Okay, so that brings us to Lenormand and what I've been doing there. I did get Rana George's book, which is very good. Of course, everyone has said that. That's why I got it. Said it's a very good book on Lenormand, and it has a lot of not just the meanings of the cards, but the meanings in different situations, and her personal story about where she's encountered the card and so forth. And it's just a really substantial, good book on, and I think a good way to get introduced to Lenormand. So I got that. And then I got Mendy's Butterfly Lenormand, which comes in this beautiful little pink pouch, Mendy at the Artistry of Taro. And it's a beautiful little deck. It's just very simple, which is my understanding that it's really good to have a Lenormand deck that's very easy to read. You can quickly see what the item is there. And she's done a good job with that, and just kind of fun, pretty, soft art. So I'm looking forward to using this. She did a great job. I love the square size of the cards, and that's good quality. Oh, a rider's upside down, etc. So I really like this deck. I only have a few Lenormand decks, and the 1889 and the Amram, and now I have this and one more that I got. And this is the Gravenchase Lenormand, which is by Lynnrd-Jim Narciso, who did the I can't talk today. So the Celia Tarot, which is one of my favorites, which comes in a tin. And this one is from Make Playing Cards, and it comes in a little plastic box, which is really kind of cute and handy. And so if you know his art, you will kind of recognize this sort of hand-done, hand-looking, antique-y looking art. And for the most part, I find these very clear. They definitely have more going on in them than, for example, the Butterfly Lenormand. And there are a few cards, the birds is one of them, a few cards that I have to kind of look twice at the images to understand what it is. And you know, for example, you can see there with the scythe, it's just got a mottled background, and it takes a second to recognize what that is. But obviously, they have titles at the bottom, but I love the artwork. I love the size of the cards, just like the Maria Celia Tarot. In fact, I think if I had to travel and bring 2 decks, I'd bring the Maria Celia and this, because the artwork has a fun style from one artist, and the size is wonderful. These are linen texture, which I love, and the backs are beautiful. So that's the Gravenchase Lenormand. Very beautiful, I love it. So I think I've run through all the decks and the Lenormand book. So the other thing I have, I'm down to 2 things. Runes. I got some runes from Havannah at Sparkle Divine Tarot. And they have, I don't know how well you'll be able to see them here, but they have sort of lavender and rosemary and whatever different herbal things inside in the resin. And let's see if I can do anything that you see those little flecks of herb type things in there. But they're really pretty, I like them. And she got them to me quickly, and she did a good job. So I now have a set of runes that I can play with. Obviously, I seem to be scattering myself with Kipper and Lenormand and runes. Not intending to be a rune devotee, but just curiosity these days. Let's check out some different things. And then finally, this is sort of my prize purchase. This is Curiouser and Curiouser. It's a book from the Victoria and Albert Museum in London that has had an exhibit on Alice in Wonderland, and all the different, the artwork is wonderful. It's about art and plays and movies and all kinds of things that have, you know, kind of been a legacy of Alice in Wonderland and the Through the Looking Glass and Alice in Wonderland books. And there was an exhibit at the Victoria and Albert Museum, unfortunately, from June 2020 to January 2021. I don't know who could have gone to it. I guess there were some periods where Britain eased up their requirements for COVID, and people may have gone through, but I just feel so sorry for the person who had been working for probably a year before then on this exhibit, and had probably not very good attendance. But it's over with now, but the book is here. They publish their own books on their exhibits. So this is absolutely gorgeous, and I love Alice in Wonderland and Lewis Carroll, and it talks about Lewis Carroll and Alice Liddell and you know, all the various people who published it and so forth, and it's a real treasure. I think it was about $40 or so on Amazon. But if you are at all into Alice, this is a cool book. Curiouser and Curiouser, it's called. So that's a quick rundown of the things I've gotten. And, oh, I almost left this out. I just got today, and I will probably do a walkthrough of it, is the Phantasma Tarot, which is by Paulina Fay. She's either Paulina Casti or Paulina Fay, in this case Paulina Fay. I have the Paulina deck by her, and I always had trouble with it. I love the art, but it was bordered and smaller tarot size, and I had trouble seeing the images because they're very busy images. Her illustrations are very detailed. But this is a little larger and borderless. And I think it's going to be much easier for me to read, so I splurged on this. Not that it's that expensive, it's US Games, and it's that nice solid card stock again. I love the Magician. It's a rabbit pulling a person out of a hat. But, you know, the artwork is just fantastical. That's why it's a Phantasma Tarot. And I've just gotten this, so I'm going to enjoy looking through it. Pretty backs to it. And I've only seen one review on it so far. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting whose channel, but please look it up. So I may do one, but I really like this deck a lot. So that's it. That's all I did in June and July. And now it's August. How did we get there? So lots of stuff for me to work with. And I will, if you're interested in me doing a walkthrough of any of this stuff in more detail, please put a comment down below. And thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a good June, July, and happy August. Bye.